All right. So last game, you guys had briefly discussed the possibility of being corrupted by an old one. So you decided to have a buddy system, and decided to do the buddy system in the form of Secret Santa or Secret Father Winter, I guess.
Sure.
So you guys have all your Secret Santa people. I wrote them down somewhere in this notebook. You have yours. Everything is fine.
Everybody remembers theirs.
It's in the
Yeah,
mess.
mine is... Nah, you're tricking me into telling everybody.
So while it takes some time for Ricochet, Alexandria, and Henry Goodfeather to make their way up to the monastery, you guys decided to take turns distracting, teaching, performing for, telling stories to the children. Which was all well and good. Nothing too crazy happened except Melanie was made a moose and almost got into a fight with Bear Friend.
Excuse me?
And thought I was a real moose and was gonna like defend the children, but like we're good. They were like, no, it's Lynn, it's Mel, you're good.
Yeah.
And he was like, and just like watched the whole time. Bear Friend's a girl?
Yeah,
yes.
Bear Friend's a girl.
Oh, sorry. I could not remember the gender of the bear. My apologies.
That's okay.
So she just like chilled and watched while we I did a moose dance, and I did it really well. I rolled like a pretty high moose. I rolled an 18. I did a great moose dance. So
it was a pretty good moose dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zaitari gave music lessons, moose shenanigans. Aoife gave lessons, went to meditate. While this happened, Raine and Tilda went to explore the monastery, tried to find some more clues. Most interesting thing they found was some weird ivory ball and a couple squirrels in one room that seemed to be made out of a mineral concoction. That was about it.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did you give Ro her person that she's watching?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes. Everybody was given their person.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't there for like the last half hour, so that's why I didn't remember the moose.
Yeah. But yeah, at the beginning of the game, everybody got their person.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were there for the beginning portion. I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were the one that had the Secret Santa idea.
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay. So, couple days go by. It takes a little while for Alexandria to roll up with Ricochet because she didn't know the exact location of the place. She knew it was in X area, so she could teleport close to there. And yeah, that's why it took a few days. So she's here, Ricochet's here. Ricochet understands that he's gonna help with the children, but probably Henry Goodfeather is gonna be the one to take the reins for a bit because he actually has experience with helping kids. So yeah. In the means, yes.
Before we leave this area, I would like to speak with one of the adults.
Okay.
And
you could speak with Henrietta. She was the one who helped you with your Secret Santa.
Okay. So I'll talk to Henrietta and just say, just before we leave, we have, some contacts with like an orphanage and some other places. Are there any children that are you think would want to leave with everything going on? And I realize this is a big thing that's happening, and so before we left, I wanted to check to see if you thought that anyone was not settling in and needed maybe a change of scenery.
She, you see her furrow her eyebrows, and she gives a moment to think. There might be one or two kids I can think of right off the bat that could probably use a change in scenery. They never really adjusted to the monastery life too well. Um, let me see. Uh, Probably. Let's see. Who were those two again? Uh, Jacob and uh Jacob and Cosmo are the ones that are probably that probably could do well with that.
I will grab. Who would be good with kids? I'll grab Zaitari and kind of let her know. Actually, no. I will grab Tilda because Tilda has much more of a association with the orphanage that we know about, and
Orphanages.
two.
We
There's
know
more than
lots
one.
of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just know the one place that I ate a bunch of cookies. So um, I'll go find Tilda and basically tell her what I found out, that the two kids are maybe not settling in well, and I thought that maybe we could talk to them and see if they wanted to go somewhere else while we left. Because if we are teleporting, we could in theory teleport them with us. If we were going to Robur for any reason, or we could, get them sent somewhere. So I'll just kind of let her know and see if she wants to go with me and talk to them.
First we should make sure that there is room for these two at either place that we might be sending them.
Oh, right.
Don't you
Yeah,
think?
there's a head count that you have to be under, those beds and stuff. That's a good point.
Let's say I took sending today, shall we?
Yep.
I will send hang on, I'm thinking. Which is a dangerous pastime, I know. Okay, so the idea is that these children are not fitting in here,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to send them to an orphanage, or do we want to send them to another monastery?
So she had
Or
specifically said that they weren't fitting in with monastery life. So I would assume that another monastery
Okay.
would probably not be a great fit.
fair enough. So I'll probably send something to Maggie, and also I know I have it written in my notes somewhere, but I don't remember where I wrote it. Like,
Are you talking about
what day we went?
Are you talking about Pip?
Yes. Blue Sparrow Orphanage. Yes?
Yes.
I actually did not write down Pip. I just wrote down Blue Sparrow Orphanage has a teleportation circle in capital letters. So there we know what my priority was at that point. I will send a message, something along the lines of seeking space for a handful of orphans, potentially. Actually, seeking potential space for a handful of orphans.
Okay.
Any room at the inn to both Maggie and Pip.
Okay. Maggie will let you know that they're a little tight on space right now. However, Pip comes back and tells you there is room if you need somebody to take them in.
All right. So there's not as much room in Maggie's orphanage in Robert, but the one Blue Sparrow in Wingfall, where you ate all the cookies, darling.
Those were really good cookies.
Where we went to talk about Shaw and things like that.
Oh, right. That's why we were there. I remember that now.
Pip says that there is some room. I imagine with a bit of a donation for their safekeeping and looking after and such. That
Of course, yes. I was thinking of if we sent them anywhere, sending them in with a bit of a donation to go with.
So, we can certainly offer them a space there. Let's go talk to the children, see if that's what they want. Shall we?
Absolutely. So
By the
we'll
way, did your
find.
fiance tell you about this hideous poster in the scroll room?
I don't believe so. What's hideous about it?
It's just full of platitudes and really sort of lame proverbs and sayings and like hang in there, next to a drawing of a cat and on a branch.
Oh, that sounds. Well, it sounds like Shattuck might like it.
Mm,
She loves cats.
yes, it wasn't just the cat though.
Oh, got you.
I'm just making idle chit chat
Mm-hmm.
as we're walking. That was the point of
Okay.
this conversation.
When you get to the area where the kids congregate and sleep at, Henrietta is there. She's helping some kids get to tuck them in for the night.
Excuse you.
Oh. God, I thought I was still muted. Well,
Raine's in the corner eating some cookies. And she points to a small group of children who are, still kind of like calming down for the night, putting away some items and getting ready for bed. And she points to a girl that looks like she's about 11 years old, with really short black hair, short black length, shoulder length hair. Has like a ton of freckles on her face, on her arms, like any exposed skin freckles. And to a boy who is one looks like one of the older kids is helping him put away his stuff. He looks like he's around 7. He has one of his he's missing one of his front teeth, and he has this like golden corn silk like hair that like is cut medium length, kind of a little wavy. And Henrietta says, "Those are the two." Um,
What are
if
their names again?
Cosma is the girl, Jacob is the boy. Jacob probably isn't fitting in as well, partially because he's deaf. Yeah, Cosma doesn't seem to be getting along. Never has really gotten along with the other children, so she's a little more aloof.
Aoife?
Slightly, I would say that. Not as much of a troublemaker, I'd say though. And you see
How
Henrietta,
much?
you see Henrietta kind of like give a chuckle at that.
And how much common does Jacob understand?
If you speak slowly, he can read lips pretty decently.
Does anyone know some sort of sign language to speak to him with?
We've kind of developed kind of like a couple like signs with him for like, things. Not a proper like sign language, but there's signs among us and some of the staff that we've helped associate things around the monastery and Adia, so he kind of knows what we're talking about most of the time.
Is he able to read and write?
He can read. Writing's not really his strong point, but he's only 7. Oh, goat. Sorry.
8 of them there.
Got distracted by goat.
Oh, I feel like I don't even know how deafness is handled in in this world. With
Well, he can read lips.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk to each of them separately. So, I'll suggest that we speak with Jacob first.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of bring him aside, and I'll look at Tilda. Do you want to take point, or would you like me to?
Why don't you start, darling?
And
Slow.
I'll say, Jacob, we were speaking.
Tilda
with...
will approach him and tap him on the shoulder.
He
to get him to turn around.
Yeah, he turns around and looks up at you two.
I wave, and then I gesture to Melanie.
He waves
Start
back.
again.
Hi, Jacob. We have friends who are in charge of an orphanage, which is somewhere where children who aren't able to be with their parents can live. And we wanted to know if you were happy here, or if you might want to go somewhere else with other kids, maybe less, martial arts.
He furrows his brow a little bit. And he points himself, and he points to the door, and he gives like kind of like, is that what you mean? Like me go out and out, like out the door.
We're speaking of. Would you like to leave the monastery? We're giving everyone a chance to leave the monastery for good.
You live somewhere else.
Yes.
At that he nods and he puts on he purposely brings his hand to his chin, kind of like in like a like pondering thinking like motion. It kind of looks around the room for a minute and looks at the other children. And then you see him glance at his at seemingly what is his bed, and notice that it's, a lot of the kids here have like a couple things personalizing their like area a little bit, where there are like some rocks they've brought in, some dried flowers on like behind them, bits of like scroll work they've brought in, and things of that nature. He doesn't have much. Now that you look at it, he thinks a while, and he points out the door again and he nods.
I'll give him a soft pat on the shoulder and say, okay, we are going to speak with some other children, and then in a few days, we'll go to the orphanage, and you can come with us and stay there. And live there.
He nods, but a little bit more like with like more like an affirmative nod this time.
I will tousle his hair.
Mm-hmm.
I will neaten his hair. No, just say like, all right, as you were, and say your goodbyes. Over the next few days.
Mm-hmm. See him nod.
After that, I'll go grab Cosmina.
Cosma.
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 And just say, excuse me, Cosma. May we speak with you for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
How old is this child?
She's 11.
Okay.
And we'll
you.
kind of step aside. The reason we were wanting to speak with you is we are going to be leaving here in a few days. And when we leave, there are some orphanages that we know of. There's one that has some room. The person who runs it is extremely nice. And we wanted to see if anyone was interested in leaving here. We understand that there's been quite a lot happen in the past, few days with everything, and that, maybe you would like to go somewhere else. So we wanted to give you that opportunity.
You see she kind of scrunches her kind of just blinks a few times. You mean away from here?
Yeah. It would be with other children of various ages. It's not a monastery, so you wouldn't have, martial arts. It's a place where children who can't be with their parents go and are raised until they're adults and can live on their own.
So what you're saying is you would bring me to a place where if I make a mistake with my forms, I don't get hit on the head with a switch.
Well, you probably won't have to do forms at all unless you want to. So
No,
you might have.
no, fuck forms. And she's like,
Uh,
she immediately like puts her hand to her mouth and like whips around to see if anybody heard that.
Mel in character is just laughing. Like she's just like, I understand. No, I mean I'm sure there'll be things like chores, but I don't think that they would be hitting you with a switch if you know, missed a spot cleaning something. It's definitely a very different vibe.
I mean, that like that'd be kind of nice.
Well, we'll be leaving in a few days, so you don't have to say yes or no right this moment. But when we leave, if you want to go to the orphanage, we'll take you with us, and we'll let you live there.
Is there anybody else going?
Well, we spoke with Jacob, and he's going to go. Do you know if there's anybody else who you think might be interested? Is somebody else who's like not a fan of forms?
Or being hit over the head?
Well, there's that too.
Not really. I don't talk to too many people. She kind of like puts her head, like casts her eyes down to the floor.
Well, that's okay. I understand. I don't think that I would have done well here either. Definitely not my jam. We'll let you know when we're leaving, and you can come with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, of course.
And you see she like nods and kind of just goes and sits her in her bed. And she looks pretty deep in thought.
And what I'll do is just, and we don't have to RP every person. Over the next few days, we'll just kind of check with other children and just see, if anybody else wants to leave. But we don't have to do each kid. That would take like the whole session.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything in these next few days?
I'm just gonna fiddle with this ivory puzzle thing.
If Mel and Tilda share that they're trying to figure out any children who want to leave, Aoife will help ask around and talk to the kids and stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they'll 100% tell Aoife. Because I'm sure Aoife would be like, yeah, get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This place fucking sucks. Yeah, I'll help talk to the kids.
Aoife, when you go around, like, Cosmo tries to get your attention.
Oh yeah, I'll go to her.
Yeah. Hey, Aoife, do you mind, like, answering a few questions for me?
I'll do my best. I am only 5 years older than you.
But you've been to have you been to like the place they were thinking about taking Jacob to?
Yeah, I've been around, yeah.
And like, is it like nice over there?
It's nicer than here. I'd mostly just classify it as different kind of place, different kind of vibe.
But I wouldn't have to do any like forms and stuff and
Not to my knowledge, no. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time there or anywhere else. So I don't know if they've got other rituals, or I'm sure they're going to teach you stuff like how to like read and write and like basic life skill stuff like that, but it's not a monastery. It's not a martial arts factory.
So if I wanted to like be, and she kind of like waves her hand and says like a farmer or something when I grow up, they wouldn't say. You don't think they'd say no?
I don't know. I can't tell you one way or another. I don't think they'd say no. Doesn't make sense for them to say no. But I can't give you a solid answer on that. Do you want to be a farmer?
No, I was just that's the first thing I could think of.
Let me talk to the others. Um, Maybe you can come back to our place for a little while and you can do a little bit of research on your own about where you'd like to go. Learn about the different orphanages and maybe temples, stuff like that, and then you can make a decision.
All right.
Yeah, I'll ask them.
All right. Thanks, Aoife.
Yeah, of course. Make sure you don't end up like me, and I just like flicker in the forehead.
And she kind of like scrunches her nose and like rubs her forehead and kind of gives you like a squinty look, but like that like after a minute that like fades.
Yeah, and I'll just bring it up to the group when we're like having dinner together or something. Of like, hey, let's bring Cosma to the keep. She can talk to the others there, figure out if she has like a life path she wants to pursue, or at the very least stick her with Nemrine and have them help her do some research about where she'd like to go.
Okay. She's old enough to make more of an informed decision. I mean, Jacob's a little bit young. He probably wouldn't be able to do the research, but Cosma, I think, definitely could.
I know we're not as we don't have as many options available, but I would, if we could get Jacob somewhere with maybe a study focus or something like that, it might be better for him because they might be able to help him better with communication and stuff. But I know that's not always necessarily possible.
So Melanie grew up in the city, in like a fairly decent sized city. And so even though she was never in like the like she probably didn't go to a lot of orphanages or anything all the time, but like does Mel know much about support areas for like the deaf? Like, you know how like in the real world there's like a lot of deaf communities.
Yeah.
Is that a thing in like large cities?
It's not common, but there are like areas where you'll find like the problem is and this is like public knowledge. The problem is there isn't really a other than thieves can't. There isn't really a universal sign language. A lot of
Sure.
these areas have kind of developed like a very localized form of sign language within their
Sure.
own communities, and then their relatives who have taught them or even been with them learn that language eventually to help their peers along.
Oh, I have a whole nother question. Zaitari can know a spell that literally regrows limbs. Can we just fix the kid's ears?
I don't think regenerate works for like a birth defect.
Well,
Because it never existed in the first place.
It depends on how he became deaf.
Yeah, we don't know if it was a birth defect or if it was eardrum damage. I mean, it could have been that he was exposed to a really loud sound, burst both of his eardrums, and has no hearing anymore because his eardrum's broken.
Yeah. You're unsure. That is an unknown.
I can understand all languages, and because of that, I assume I know that some languages are a bit more physical than others. Is there a language that incorporates more physicality that might be better used to like adapt into a sign language?
If you had to choose a language with more I'm kind of I am putting into my quotes physicality. It would.
Can I help you?
It would probably be either dwarvish or orcish. Probably are the two. They do use the same like base alphabet, like well, the same like similar phonetic language. But one of those two would probably be your best bet.
Yeah, so if you know of any like dwarven scholars, they might be a good one to get in contact with for him, because they might be able to help him adapt a language into sign language and kind of create a baseline for it that they can then maybe hopefully teach others.
Okay.
I just don't think that for a kid like him, just sticking him in an orphanage, no matter how well-meaning or well-funded it is, I don't think it's going to be what he needs.
I understand. It's just it's not there's not a good answer.
No,
But
it's not.
Or
I
you can just
understand.
make him a thief and he can just learn thieves' cant.
All
I
him those
mean-
quiet kids.
I kid.
I was actually thinking if we teach him find familiar, and he gets a telepathic link with his familiar, and their senses are sent directly to his brain.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, then he could hear through the familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could even practice speaking by hearing yourself speak. So like, yeah, find familiar would really be good for this kid.
Yeah, it's like
We
the
just need
magical cochlear implant.
We just need to get Alexandria to make a ring of find familiar for him, and this kid can just summon like a fucking hearing goldfish to
What you
carry
can
around. Like,
Just bring it up to Shattuck. She'll make something in a day.
oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
no! Because if we bring this kid to Shattuck, we're gonna have another kid. All right.
Yep. What? The little brother I wanted.
Oh god damn it!
She did ask. She
Yep.
did fucking ask.
Hey, Darren.
yeah.
Zaitari has been lots of places.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that has had, like, you know, alternative needs school or like some kind of deaf school? Something?
Yes. Actually.
Really?
Yeah. There's you can recall this because Tegan probably has mentioned that this at some point. There's a place like that in Vox.
Oh, great. Okay. I imagine that I overhear them talking about this child who I helped with a music lesson
Well, it's at dinner.
a couple
Yeah,
days ago.
We're gonna be having it like this conversation with everybody. So
Yeah. You know, it just occurred to me that there's somewhere in Vox that has this kind of specialty that you're talking about.
Ooh, well that would be perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Why didn't you bring it up before, Zaitari?
Mallory didn't think about it until just now.
Who's Mallory?
I don't know, some asshole.
Hmm.
That's a marvelous idea. Do you remember the name of it or anything?
Joe
Oh, who's
Blow's
in
School of
charge
the
there?
Deaf? I don't know.
Cool. Well, I was assuming that Darud would pipe in at that point, but
Yeah. It's called Perkins School of the Deaf and Blind.
perfect. We'll send a runner. We'll take the kid with us, send a runner to Vox, and see if we can get him a room and board there
Listen,
or whatever.
I'm just saying, between all of us, we have a shit ton of money. I think we could probably
Oh.
buy this kid's way in if we
Oh,
have
yeah.
to.
That's,
So,
there'll be a sizable donation to go with all these children. So.
Also,
The heroes of Leona.
I also... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just for a future project, maybe we do have a shit ton of money. Maybe we can start establishing these kinds of schools in a couple more places than just Vox.
I mean, we've already got a hospice hall that somebody's working on. I don't know who that would be.
Mm-hmm. I've already told you about it.
I'm
Perhaps
thinking that
something attached to the hospice hall. Because I was thinking I'd also like to have a section where, for instance, somebody who might have a child and not want to keep the child might be able to drop it off at the hospice hall, with complete anonymity. Something like, and this is a real thing that happened. Something like a wheel, where they would put the child within the baby within the wheel, and then move it so that it's facing inwards, where somebody would be there to collect the child.
Yeah, the adoption drawers.
Yeah, something like that.
Fuck.
It was a real thing, largely in New York. Happened a lot in New York.
Well, there's actually I got this idea from watching Christopher Maloney's like Know Your Roots or something like that, and like his ancestor was dropped off at a nunnery. What are they called? Nunnery. I'm gonna use that word.
hold on, a convent.
Convent. Thank you.
All
Was
that,
dropped off at
all those years in Catholic school didn't get wasted on me.
got dropped off at a convent, and his birth record was like Federico, delivered by wheel, and or delivered by the wheel or something like that. So
Oh, that's
that was
crazy.
a thing that they had, that you could just put the baby into like a slot in the wheel and then move the wheel around, and
We
there would be a nun attending on the other side, like, oh, I guess we have another child now. Another
The place
baby.
I go to pick up my testosterone is a safe haven for drop-offs like that. And they don't have a wheel or a drawer or anything, but they have like a counter spot that's left empty. So somebody can just come in and put the baby there right next to the receptionist and just leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a drop-off spot.
Yeah. But, I figured that's actually, like, the wheel thing I like as a better idea. Not necessarily a better idea, but, like, so that,
More
nobody
totally
has to look at, the person that's dropping off the baby. They don't have to be confronted by whatever, potential judgment they might receive. Even though
My only
those...
fucking question with this system is like, how do you know it's that person's baby? Like, what if you're just like walking down the street, grab a baby, run down to this place and be like, here's this baby, you take it. And like that person doesn't notice, and then this person's like they're just missing a baby.
Why would you do that?
I would say that that
Uh,
probably wouldn't happen, because if you're stealing babies, you want to sell the baby.
You at least want to, like, you don't necessarily want to just, like, yeah, that's why I'm like, why would anyone do that? Why would somebody grab a baby off the street, stick it in the wheel, turn it around, and then run away?
yeah,
It's a prank, bro. It's a prank.
It's just a prank, bro.
Terrible.
Well, something like that. I'm sure the birth parent would be like, "Hey, police! Somebody stole my baby," and then like 2 hours later, the place that it was dropped off is like, "Hey, police! Somebody gave us this baby."
I feel
Because
like
they do have to report it to the police when they get one. So
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the police know about it, so they would be able to put two and two together. I'm just thinking this is like the worst TikTok prank. This is like even worse than licking ice cream. Just dropping off babies.
I mean, there would be some sort of system in place where
Hold on,
the
guys,
children
I
would
gotta-
have to be recorded.
I gotta make a TikTok, guys. 1 second.
Be right back. Just gotta get this today.
Excuse
You
me,
could-
this is a goat? Why are you giving us a baby goat?
It's a kid.
It is a kid!
You collect kids, right?
Ah.
It's like,
But, I imagine with enough popularity, if your baby was kidnapped, you could go to the orphanage or to this place in the hospice hall and be like, hey, has anyone dropped off a baby by the wheel by any chance?
It's also
They've
like,
just got-
when
they've
people go missing, the first thing you do is check hospitals.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They've just got a lost and found box full of babies. Be like, I don't know which one. What does your baby look like? We got like 7 in this box here.
Do you remember what they were wearing? Clowns or ducks?
Be like, well, that's my baby, but that baby looks cuter. I'm gonna go ahead and trade up here.
Ooh, is that a health
yes.
dolphin maybe? I'll take that one.
Okay, sorry to derail us. Please continue your game.
I love Lynn thoughts. They're the best.
Yep.
It's the ADHD.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. By the way, Alexandria is there.
Oh,
Because she had to bring Ricochet.
Yeah.
right.
And she's like, okay.
She was present for the whole stolen
Just,
baby
like,
and wheel
watching.
conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
These are the heroes of Leona.
at least I don't have to pay them.
True.
You guys have paid yourselves more than enough. So while you guys were taking care of this situation, I have narrowed down the ruins on lengths. Well, to a ruin on lengths that is worth checking out.
Ooh,
Really? Yeah, there have been reports of, or close to there, sailors have seen very strange things there, as opposed to the other 2 ruins that are on the north side of Lanx. Strange monsters, weird creatures, and not the fairy and angel type of creatures they've been seeing. These abnormalities don't show up on the near the other 2 ruins. So I think something is attracting these strange beings to this site. And
So
it's the
what are we
biggest.
supposed to do when we get there? Like, are we supposed to just try to like burn it to the ground, get some clues, and then burn it to the ground?
I don't know if we can burn a stone temple to the old ones to the ground.
Yeah, they're
Between
all.
yourself and Tilda, we have so much magic. We could burn anything that needs to be burned. I
We
believe
have a
in you
lot of
guys.
magic, but not necessarily. It doesn't matter. Anyways,
I would ideally, I would like for you to go in, find some clues, and if you do come across this underground place that Gokor had found, try to make it inaccessible to anybody else that happens to come around, because we don't want another situation like that arising. Unless you think you find something that is so important that we can use, that then maybe me and Angelo can go down there and figure out what to do. Otherwise, or find proof that if there is an old one down there, the best I think we can do is just seal it away from everybody.
So
that's not what I was thinking.
is there a
That's what we've
specific
done
way
in the
you'd want us
past.
to make sure it's inaccessible? Are we talking like just collapse a cavern? Are we talking like magically seal it with some sort of relic? Like, what are you talking about here?
That's the thing I'm unsure about what to do next. I mean, I assume collapsing a cavern would be just delaying.
Exactly.
So
Would filling it with lava work?
Would it be easier if you just came with us so that you
uh,
could assess the situation on the ground?
I could. I think I could, be in the area while you guys take care of the more dangerous things.
As is tradition, yes.
Yes. I mean, if you could figure out a way to fill it with lava, that would be a decent option.
Do we have a spell that just fills an area with lava? Is that something we can do? That's.
Do we have a gate
Don't think so.
opportunity?
I don't have 9th level spells. We'd have to hit one more level.
Does Alexandria have a gate opportunity?
I would have to. I don't have access to a spell like that. I could probably source a scroll eventually, but that might take some time because that's a really powerful a really powerful spell, and those don't come across too often.
Yeah, that was the only way I could think of filling it with lava.
But if you do come up with a way to fill it with lava, I think that would be a very good idea. But for now, go in, assess. If you find something important, I'll meet you down there. Yeah. And be careful, because if this thing is attracting weird things to this one ruin, there's gotta be something down there at this place. Other than that, when you're done with dinner, Tilda, can I speak to you privately?
Oh, of course.
I will be. I'm looking at the map. I will be in the near the left side of the outside of the temple if you need me. I'll just be taking a stroll around the grounds. It's very, very pretty landscaping they have here.
Is Tilda in trouble or something?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Did Aoife actually say that?
Yeah, are you getting called into the principal's office?
Is Alexandria still in the room?
Nope, she's left.
Fuck.
What'd you do?
Hell if I know.
Did she catch you smoking in the bathroom or something?
Obviously. Well, I suppose I've sort of, lost my appetite. Suppose we should just get this going.
All right, so you go out and meet her.
Yep.
All right, she's not too hard to find. She looks like she's like examining some of the.
1 second. Raine looks at Melanie. I'm not supposed to follow, am I?
No, you're not.
I really want to.
Tilda is really perceptive. I would recommend not following.
I'm really quiet.
I know, and you can be invisible. I understand, but maybe just don't. You know, I'm sure that you can control yourself.
Fine.
I'll pat her on the head.
Okay.
Okay. You find Alexandria. She looks like she's examining the stonework of the wall that surrounds the monastery. Kind of like, good stonework, good stonework. Ah, Tilda, there you are. How are you?
Is this about me or Theo, darling?
It's about both of you, actually. No,
Hmm.
don't worry. Don't worry. I can already tell by the look on your face, it's nothing bad. Well, not for you. Remember
If
those
it's bad for Theo, it's bad for me.
it's not bad for either. Well, it's not bad for either of you. But it might be bad for somebody.
Oh, fuck.
So I went on a little hunt. While you guys, gave me some time to do some research, and Angelo and I were able to find those two individuals that had wiped part of Theo's memory.
Really?
I have them. They're back. They're back in Leona. I'm keeping them currently, and it's up to you what you want me to do with them. Well, up to you and Theo.
Have you questioned them?
I have. Um, I didn't get. I got some information, but a lot of it is what we already knew. They were hired out by. And she makes me like, oh, the spooky Shadowfell
Mm.
dragon. She makes a spooky motion. To find out information,
Of course.
which led to
Yeah.
the kidnapping of Shadok.
Yes.
Yes. So, other than that, there's not much questioning. I mean, I asked if there are any even bigger players behind this. Doesn't seem like there are. So yeah, I've questioned them. If you and Theo want to question them further, be my guest. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, and I understand if you don't, I could take care of them.
I need to discuss this with Theo,
Of course.
and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Of course. I mean, take your time. They're having. And you kind of. There's this look. They're having a hell of a time.
I'm sure I don't know what that means, darling, but there was actually something I wanted to speak to you about.
Oh.
You see, Theo's been invited on this, bachelor stag do sort of thing.
Oh.
Where he and Iskin and a handful of others, I believe, are going to be hunting some sort of creature.
Oh, yeah, as Iskin did ask for some time off. I told him, yeah, he's getting married, sure.
I was wondering if you knew any more old magic you could teach me
Oh. There are a
in
few.
the time that they're away.
Yeah, I think there are a couple spells that I think would that would suit you. Sure.
Lovely.
I have been doing a lot more reading and a lot more research, especially with the librarian stone hologram you were able to obtain. So yes, there's a couple things I could teach you, as well as Zaitari. Looks like Melanie's gotten a lot more magic oriented as well.
Yes.
Or is that my imagination?
Honestly, darling, she swings a sword. I don't pay that much attention to what she's doing in combat. As long as it's keeping enemies away from me, I'm fine.
Fair enough.
And as long as I keep her standing, she's fine.
Fair enough.
So, I can't think of anything else to say.
Oh,
Dead empty. Mind blank.
Yeah. She's like, well, if that's all, I think it's time for me to retire for the evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I look forward to lessons to teach you in the near future. Oh, and your decision about what to do with Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Of course.
What about Melanie and Raine?
Raine, you weren't supposed to follow.
Jesus.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Ooh. Okay. Insight.
Okay.
That shouldn't be at advantage.
What was the first
I
one?
think it's nope. It's 20.
20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, Alexandria has always been pretty hard to read.
Yep.
Given the nature of her work. Yeah, you're not sure what she meant. Quite sure what she meant by a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Could be
I
anything.
can wager some guesses.
You can probably make some guesses, but you're not 100% sure.
No, even she wouldn't. No. Would she?
Does anybody, before you leave, was there anything else you wanted to do?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. A few days passed. And you guys are going to leave. It looks like Jacob has taken what belongings he has with him. Cosma also has her stuff as well. There weren't any other children that really had a strong desire to leave. Just these two. Okay. Henry Goodfeather says, I'll make sure these children get the proper care they need while they're here. I had the feeling what Master Belzor and Lynn had told me, that I'm probably going to be here for a while. Unless I was given the wrong impression.
Possibly. All of the masters for this area have been brutally murdered.
I was told that.
And since he's going to be dealing with all this, we'll give him like all of the details.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly what happened if, an adult has a breakdown or if a kid's curious or whatever.
All right. He will nod, and he's like, I was told I wasn't given the details of what happened. I was just told that something horrific had happened, and I did not know the extent. But now that you've told me, that does make sense. I mean, I'm not sure what Master Belzor expects.
Largely, it's making sure that the children are taken care of, and that maybe see if you can find somebody to take over permanently. We understand that you're not here to take over permanently, but we don't really have any ideas of who could. Maybe, if you have any connections, or, anything like that. We just need to. It would be a shame for this place to just collapse into ruin. So, we just want to get it back on its feet.
I see. That much
We also have some people from the treasure hunters coming that should be able to provide support, and between yourself and them, you should probably be able to figure out the best course of action for this sort of thing.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. It almost felt like no, he wouldn't do that.
What is that?
Belzor is not trying to get rid of you.
No.
He just needed help.
No, I know Belzor wasn't trying to get rid of me. I think Belzor was trying to do something else. And if he is doing what I think he's doing, him and I are going to need a talk.
What do you think he's doing?
He's trying to make you a master.
He's been advocating for me to be a master, which I am flattered, but I don't think I deserve such a position.
Let me
It's
give
usually
you...
the ones who don't think that they deserve such a position that they actually do.
He kind of like rubs
exactly.
he kind of scratches the back of his head in that kind of sheepish way.
Mel will pipe up. Actually, if you're feeling, inadequate, there is a carved calligraphy thing in the office. Go and read it. Really soak it in.
I'll read it. I mean, I'm gonna have to take a tour of the grounds anyways, just to get like a feel of the place. But I think this was kind of Belzor's way of Master Belzor's way of showing me that I could be a master, but we'll see. I haven't changed my mind.
Hang in there.
My advice from somebody who had a bunch of shit masters is don't agree to be a master unless you're 100% ready and willing to put your mind to it. So if you're not sure, even if Belzor thinks it's the right thing, don't do it.
Oh, he knows he can never force me unless I agree, but I think he's just trying to show me that, or he thinks he's showing me that I can. But anyways, yes, I'll make sure that they're taken care of to the best of my ability, and I'll keep an eye on Ricochet as well. Kind of like looks over at Ricochet, who's already talking to a couple of the adults.
Good luck.
Thank you. You all have a safe trip back. Alexandria is like, all right, time to hit the road.
Would you like a teleportation back to our keep?
Sure. I mean, head
I
back.
think we need to go to Fox first.
I assumed we were going to go to the keep and then Vox. Were we going to do the other way around?
Well, either way, it actually doesn't really matter because we could just use teleportation circle to get back. So,
Yeah, I'll make
assuming
sure,
that Tilda would have that prepared today for travel.
I'll make sure the two kids are ready to go. They're all packed.
Yep, they have their bags with them.
I will definitely have teleportation circle ready for the day of travel that we have decided upon. Y'all heard me, right?
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm counting.
Okay.
I'm counting stitches.
Got it.
I'm making a butterfly gremlin for my friend's kid.
Okay. All right. So you guys teleport back to Rosewater Keep. You're there. Poof. And like already, like once you get out of the teleportation chamber, Melanie, please roll a strength saving throw.
Oh lord. Didn't we just have this talk with Shadow?
Yeah, but it's Melanie.
That's true.
Yeah, the talk was very specifically about Raine.
If I make my strength save, I would then like to attempt to not only not fall down, but just to like take the momentum of this child and like toss her up in the air with it. You know how you do?
Well, you definitely made the strength saving throw. If you didn't, you would be in a lot of fucking trouble.
yeah,
with this kid.
that'd be terrifying.
But go ahead. So you want to toss her in the air? Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh no.
What is
How high do you yeet?
I'm not skilled in. Oh wait, hold on. Just dex.
Okay, that's enough to do that to do it. Just to like toss her in the air a little bit.
Yeah. We're home.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, she hugs you. She hugs gently, hugs Raine,
I'm fragile.
hugs Aoife, hugs Bear Friend, and like kind of gets on her tiptoes and like taps Bird Friend on the head, and Bird Friend's just like, okay. Continues to pick and try to eat bugs.
And the rest of us are chopped liver.
I vote she hugs the both of you too.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Is Alexandria gonna stick around to teach us the new magic stuff?
Excuse me, teach us. I said teach me.
When you she was thinking about you going guys, like when did you guys were thinking about heading to Lanks?
It kind of depends on when we need to do this hunt thing.
Oh, you still got like 2 weeks.
Well, how long? I feel like we're gonna be in Lanks for a while. I think that maybe we could do the hunt first.
Okay.
Like that'll be Mel's suggestion, just because like we might be in Lanks for a little while. We
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, like the only activity that Alexandria has seen in those particular ruins is just like creatures of just weird creatures around that area. Nothing that's like, hey, this evil wizard is headed to nothing like that.
How long would it take us to get to Lynx? Because we haven't been there, so we can't, teleport there, obviously.
I don't think you guys ever have been to Lanks.
We have not.
Yeah.
Is there an airship, or would we need to take like a sea ship, or what kind of transport are we looking at?
If you guys give her enough time, like AKA you guys want to wait for the hunt, she can probably arrange air transport at that point. If you wanted to go sooner, she would probably have to help with ship transport, which would be a little slower.
We might
I
as
think
well
we should wait and do air transport.
Okay.
Yeah, we could probably make up a lot of the time with air transport. So
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, maybe Raine can go through her back channels and see if we can get like access to a fucking gate scroll.
could happen.
Could happen.
Also, we might have time to, like restock some of our potions. Is there anything? So obviously we've got like Hero's Feast that helps with wisdom saves. From our experiences with old gods and then like us meta as players, like are most things to withstand old gods wisdom based, or are they mostly like charisma or intelligence? Like, have we made saves against these things as players?
Aoife did in her dream.
Was it what kind of save? Well, but it was like a strength save or something because it was trying to pull on you physically,
Yeah.
right?
That's the only save I've made against one.
I would like to talk to Alexandria and see what sort of attribute we might need to bulk up to withstand the influence of these things, aka what kind of saves are we making?
Mostly they're mostly wisdom based, to be honest.
Okay.
She mentions, which Hero's Feast definitely takes care of.
Then we should probably pick up some goblets and just make sure that we're stocked up on anything that can keep us sane.
All right, sounds like a plan. Um,
Oh, and then I'll go to a magic item store and see if there's a good item for collapsing giant tunnels. Like, basically, is there some sort of magical TNT that is not TNT and therefore won't just explode if it gets jostled, but could make a huge explosion if needed?
I mean, there's the earthquake spell, but that's a cleric or druid thing.
Yeah, I don't.
So.
Can any of us cast it?
I don't know if bards can. I haven't ever looked. I don't think I've ever noticed it on my spell list. So I think it's a cleric and druid thing only, but I don't know.
Cleric, druid, sorcerer.
Gotcha. None of us.
I can take cleric spells.
Oh yeah,
remember?
that's right.
I
forgot.
but I don't think I took it. I considered it. I definitely considered it.
We can certainly look for a scroll of earthquake then.
And then it'll be in my book.
Forever. Perfect.
Maybe. I don't know. Hang on. Do the Shards of Dawn allow me to put things in my book like that? I don't think they do. Give me a second.
So even though you can prep cleric spells, you can't prep that high level cleric spells?
I cannot copy cleric spells from a scroll into my spellbook.
No, but like you can prepare each day some cleric spells, but you can't prepare that high.
No. So what I don't have access, well I do, but I don't have access to the entire cleric list at all times. I can pick 5 cleric spells when I level up, and those go into my spell book, and I prepare them as if they were like wizard spells.
Oh no! I thought you were multi-class cleric.
Yeah,
I
but
am.
only up to like
level 1.
First level spells, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
I've never
took
multi-classed
1
in spellcasters, so I've not had any players that did it, so I wasn't sure how this spell prep worked.
Theoretically, Tilda should be able to cast Earthquake from a spell scroll because she would have the ability to cast it. as a wizard.
Okay,
with
that makes
the Shards
sense.
of Dawn. Just not be able to copy it into her spellbook.
Yep.
Okay.
So, once it's gone, it's gone. It's a bummer. But,
Yeah, Gate, I feel like... I mean, I will approach Raine and say, hey, you got any... You remember when we were in Robur and we went to that black marketplace? Can you
Yeah.
contact people and see if we can procure us a Gate scroll or something? I'm sure it'll be outrageously expensive, but it might be worthwhile to seal this place up.
Especially if it's wanted on a quick timetable.
Well, we're gonna have at least a couple weeks, so
And with scrolls, you don't need the material component, right? It's considered.
no, it's just do it.
Holy shit.
If we're gonna have a couple weeks while we're preparing all this stuff, while Melanie's out looking for magic TNT at magic shops, I want to see if I can track down anybody who can do magic tattoos.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
If you at all mention this, so Zaitari has a tattoo. Did that person do magic tattoos too?
No.
Damn. Okay. But if you at all mention this in front of Zaitari, Zaitari is also interested, but she would not think about it on her own.
Okay. Raine, I would like you to roll a D100 for me.
Okay. Is this something like
This is
and if
for
I could help out with too, since she was in the life
what?
sooner than is that something? Oh, never mind. I thought it was about the gate scroll.
This is about the gate scroll.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Can I throw money at it to help whatever this
well,
number is?
first of all, we'll see if how much money you're willing to throw at this.
Okay. That's an excellent question.
So roll a
Unfortunately, I don't even
roll a D100, Raine.
Okay. It's about even 53.
It's about even. It will take you 3 weeks. It takes about 3 weeks to source a gate scroll. However,
Yeah.
it would cost 30,000 gold pieces.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't have that.
It would normally be cheaper, Rain, from what you're getting.
Speed and
But this
who-
is like if you need this thing fast, that's gonna up the cost quite a bit.
the triangle of expectations. Fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not at all surprised, considering this is something that would bare minimum cost $5,000 on its own. You know.
So bare
Uh,
minimum on its own, if you had an adequate amount of time, it would only probably cost you 10K.
So 3 times the price. Cool.
Yeah. You're skipping a couple wait lists here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
so basically, Alexandria's gouging us.
Well, Raine's
it's
going
probably through other sources.
Yeah,
I
Raine's
know,
going through
I
black
know.
market channels. Like, Alexandria would probably do this for free if she can find one.
Hmm.
Even though she's hired a bunch of former slave spellcasters to do things, not many of them can do level 9 spells.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay, so you're searching for a couple of weeks for this. Aoife, you want to find somebody who does magical tattoos.
Yes, I have a fairly large one I'd like to get.
Okay. So you begin talking to a few tattoo artists, a bunch of spellcasters and stuff such, every single person you speak to has never heard of a magically infused tattoo.
We'd have to talk to the people from the southern continent that I can't remember the name of right now.
In Kalta.
Yeah. They're the magic tattoo people.
I'll bug Nenrine, since Tilda's going to be learning magic from Alexandria during this time. I'll bug Nenrine to do some sendings and do some research to see what they can find out about magical tattoos, so I can go and get one.
Okay. Nenrine will reluctantly help you. He's still angry about the book.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna roll something for Nenrine. And the sending, I assume, is to one of the guardians.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, hook me up. I want a magic tattoo. I want it to be this big. And yeah.
Hmm. So Nenrine says he doesn't get a response back.
Like they ignored you, or like there's no one to respond?
I think I'm being ignored.
In their defense, they don't know who Nenrine is.
Zaitari would do it if you ask.
Yeah, if Zaitari's not busy learning magic from Alexandria, then yeah.
Zaitari, you get the same thing.
Nope, okay.
Interesting.
They are not interested in sharing their secrets about magical tattoos. I would
That's
definitely
fine.
contact, I can't remember his name, but the monk one.
Sen?
San, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't respond.
It definitely goes through, though. They're not
Oh,
dead.
yeah, it's definitely going
Okay.
through. You know there's somebody on the other end of that line. They're not picking up.
Okay.
If there's something else you want to do, Aoife, during this time, just let me know. That's pretty quick for those
Yeah, I
sendings.
will aimlessly peruse magic items then.
Okay. What are you guys doing with Cosma during this time?
Before we completely abandon talking,
The children you have brought with you.
Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say before we completely abandon magical tattoo talk. I would like to try to appeal to the fact that we're not trying to. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say I understand not wanting to share your secrets. We are simply looking for something to gain the upper hand on fighting elder gods, essentially.
Roll persuasion. I know you've got a huge.
I got a big PP score. Yes.
Yeah. If I could help you, I would. but unfortunately for now, I'm not allowed to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll set another sending. Is there somebody that we could talk to about this? Or is that also not allowed?
I will try on your behalf to speak to my leader. Not sure how it's gonna go.
I will share the information with Aoife and say we'll see what information comes.
It works for me. I'm gonna take Cosmo magic item shopping with me.
Okay. Have you guys dropped off Jacob at the Perkins School of the Blind and Deaf?
Yeah, we'll take
Yes.
him whenever
Yeah.
we're able to.
Okay.
Consider, I think that there's a teleportation circle in Vox, right? We could
Yeah,
probably
and
use that.
Tegan is more than happy to help you guys. Like, he knows where the school is, so he's more than happy to take you there himself. Plus, it's a trip back to Vox.
Yeah. Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So spend time with you while you're cooped up learning old magic shit. Sorry, my cat was meowing at something. Who knows at this point? Yeah, so when you guys, who's going to the school of the school of the deaf and blind?
Tilda.
I'll go. I'll help take her down. Like take him down.
Okay. All right.
If Tegan's going, then I'll go too. So.
All right. Tilda, Mel, Tegan, Jacob. Cosmo would like to go just to say goodbye.
If Cosmo's going, I'll go.
Okay.
It's a group trip.
It's a group trip. Everybody's going. Raine, are you going?
Yeah, if everybody else is going.
Okay, everybody's going. It's group trip to Vox. All right.
Static's like, what the
Well,
fuck?
I was
man?
gonna say we could probably just bring Shadow too. This is pretty
I
innocuous.
was actually gonna say, let's take Shattuck and we'll, do something fun in the city before we come back.
Okay.
We'll take her to the Treasure Hunters Guild. It'll be super fun.
Yeah.
You can show your kid off.
Someone's winning a very long shot bet now.
Okay, so you guys go to, he takes you to past the marketplaces to it's a lot smaller than you guys had imagined. It's pretty much like the size of a town library, I would say. It's a 2-floor building that is made out of stone with a pretty simple iron fence around it. Fence could use some repair. There's a bunch of makeshift set swings and a couple sandboxes out in front with like this jungle gym of sorts in the front of the of the place. But you guys could just waltz right in, ring the bell in the front. It's literally a bell with a rope tied to it.
Okay.
This very elderly man in a vest and some black slacks answers the door. He's got a couple liver spots on his neck, and he's balding on top. Sorry, Ketchup is meowing about something.
Of
I can
course.
tell.
He's a little hunched over. He says, welcome to the school of the blind and deaf. My name is Peter Skolenberg. How can I help you? He's kind of like squinting, adjusting his glasses.
Oh, Mr. Skullberg? Is that what you said?
Skolenberg.
Skullingberg.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. We have here a prospective student,
Oh,
and I will kind of put a hand on Jacob's shoulder,
he
nudge
like
him forward.
he bends down and takes a looks at, well, gestures with his hand to just shake his hand, and Jacob like shakes his hand. I see. Well, come in. Sorry if the place is a little bit just a tad dusty. He brings you into a past the what could be called a foyer. Into it's a large building with classrooms. And he brings you into one of the classrooms and gestures to the desk. He doesn't take a seat at the teacher's table. He takes a seat at one of the desks. Seems to try to make Jacob a little more comfortable. So a prospective student, I see. I assume he is deaf. If he does not need any guidance with walking around, as I've seen.
Tilda
yes.
Tilda looks to Jacob.
Jacob like nods. I see. And does he know any do you know signs? Do you write common? And he's asking Jacob, but he's also asking you guys at the same time, in case
We understand that he reads lips
that's
and can understand some common, I think.
good skill. Reading lips is more difficult as they get older. I mean, we could take him in. The price for a yearly tuition, it is 20 gold a year. This includes room, board, education, meals. And
You can send the bill to the Loyola estate in Valido. Or, excuse me, in Leona. Sorry.
yeah, and while this young man is here, we will teach him the more common signing language of the country. We will teach him arithmetic, writing, reading, basic, elementary to.
I'm just gonna hand him a platinum is 10 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure that I do the math right. I'm gonna hand him 75 platinum.
He kind of
Dear Lord.
stops for a minute.
75 platinum?
Yeah, 750 gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he nearly falls out of his chair.
Consider this tuition for as long as he needs it and a donation to the school.
I literally said you can send the bill to. Well, never mind.
Oh, you are all too kind. Of course. Well,
And make sure he gets music lessons. He seems to enjoy it.
with this donation, we can definitely hire a music teacher. I'm sure they would love that. Definitely with this. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Should-
I'm gonna turn towards Jacob and kind of like get his attention and just say, "Do you want to stay here? Does this sound like something that is good?"
he kind of like looks around, and then you see something catch his eye. He looks to the window, and there's a couple, kids playing in the backyard. He sees a bunch of them signing to each other. A couple of those who are blind are playing with others who seem to be very like just knowledgeable of like their limitations, and like not like making them run around and stuff like that. But he kind of looks outside for him a little bit, and he looks back at you, and he kind of mouths no forms.
No form.
No forms.
um
Apparently, no one fucking likes forms.
They can be tedious.
I really enjoyed them, but okay.
Me too.
well,
but
apparently if
Yeah,
you
well,
do,
not when you're getting smacked in the head for screwing up. So
yeah, that's true too.
he nods. Cosma looks at him and like just kind of ruffles his hair a little bit and kind of like nods in return.
Doing that.
Tilda just makes his hair neat again.
I'm kidding. Not that invested in what his hair looks like.
now, if it was Belzor,
Yes.
story.
If it was Belzor, absolutely. That would be a lick the thumb, get the dirt off their chin sort of moment. But better, because it would be prestidigitation. And you don't have to lick a thumb to do that.
But yeah, he nods. He mouths to you guys, "I'll be okay."
I will leave I'll take some parchment, because I've got my the fuck. Oh, hey,
What the fuck was that?
I just saw the worst video on the internet. So I will leave a letter for him, that is like how to contact us if needed. That kind of has like, it's just like a, if you need us, you can contact us, here, and like has just, just basic information on if anything is needed. So
And our names and stuff.
yeah.
Probably be good. And if you ever get tired of living here, or they mistreat you in any way, let us know.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of a like, let us know if you need anything type deal.
Okay, he'll nod. Well, would you like to see where he'll be staying before you go?
Yes.
Okay.
I think observing the dormitories would be a good idea.
All right. He leads you up the stair. Well, he leads you down the hall. He explains like most of the upstairs is where the teachers, headmaster, they sleep. They don't want the visually impaired to especially the young ones take the stairs for a little bit. And yeah, he leads you to the dormitories. They're a little on the old side. I mean, they could definitely use like a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
And
Well, they've got some money for that now.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
know, replace maybe a couple, a window or two, but they're kept fairly tidy. And each bed, it's a big open space. Well, not no. There's several dormitories. Each has like 3 beds in each dormitory, and like they're unlike like the monastery. They're not sparse. Like kids have their own, decorated spaces. There's like toys they have. There's a couple desks in here for them to like work on homework or whatnot. Every couple dormitories, there's a bathroom assigned to them. There's not just one bathroom that they all have to share. Yeah, and it looks clean. It looks neat. There is a little bit of mess because they're kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, it seems nice. He brings you to the dining area. It's a big cafeteria style. He's you've already seen the front of the yard. The backyard has a couple more like some playground equipment and stuff like that. Yeah, it seems all right. Like, everything is kept up to date as best as possible.
Cool.
But yeah, anything else before you leave?
I will tell Peter, because I never really got his last name.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell him that if Jacob needs anything, to send the bill to the Loyalar estate.
Of course.
Or if there is ever anything within reason needed, yeah. You can certainly call upon us.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, and I will personally make sure that Tepa gets, and with your donation, the rest of the children, receive even better care. Now that we can replace a few things here.
Wonderful. That's good to hear.
Yeah, and hire a music teacher, of course. But thank you. He bows a bit in your,
Mm-hmm.
as much as he can. He's pretty old. But yeah. As you're leaving, Cosmo's like, interesting.
What's so interesting?
I don't know. We didn't get to play much back,
It's just kind of perspective wise, it's weird that these places have existed as long as they have, because we never saw anything like it.
Nope. Like they were just hanging out in the yard and just not doing chores.
I'm sure they probably have to do chores at some point, but
Probably not as many as us.
probably not. It's a very different existence.
It's a shame neither of you ever got to play.
Not much, but yeah. Some magic shopping, apparently.
Yeah, I would have looked for some new stuff.
All right. What kind of stuff are you in the market for?
I don't know. I had a cool weapon, and then I had to give it away because the goddess was trying to kill me. So
Yeah, that would be a problem.
I don't know, just some retail therapy to fill the void of my heart, kind of thing.
Is Bear Friend with you?
I will not take Bear Friend retail shopping.
Okay.
I don't think Bear Friend will fit in most shops.
Okay. All right. So you and Cosma go shopping. Raine, are you doing anything? You're muted if you're here.
Raine is going to spend time in the garden working on potions, most likely.
Okay, potions. But are you doing anything in Vox?
Oh, Vox, sorry. Well, I'll go shopping. I'll see what the fuck is around, I still have 6,000. Maybe I can find some.
Okay.
I was actually just looking at prices. I don't think I have enough for like a ring of spell storing or something, but...
Mel, are you shopping for anything?
I mean, I'll look around at what they have. If they've got anything interesting.
Is everybody shopping?
Yeah, man.
No, actually.
Not shopping.
Yeah, I will for sure be looking for just like a common magic item, something like that, like a wand of flowers for Cosma.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's just kind of like whatever.
Is Zaitari shopping? Or is it... Yay, lunch. Okay. So, two people are... The two people I expect who are most likely to shop are going to do something other than shopping. Okay. Tilda, if you're not shopping, what are you doing?
Since we're in Vox, I was going to pay a visit to the Temple of Erathis.
Oh, okay.
Make a small donation, or make, a donation. In the box, spend a little time praying, seeing if I can get some guidance on the Lanks trip and also the Inculta trip. Like, what, just a little more. Hey, is there anything else you want to tell me about these things, or?
Yeah, sure.
good?
We could do that in a little bit. Zaitari and Tegan, go ahead and roll. Tegan will also roll an investigation check, but go ahead and roll perception, just to find a place for lunch. This isn't this. Yes, you can ask around. Streetwise was charisma, so let's go with persuasion. All right. There is a very lovely hole-in-the-wall bistro about 2 blocks from your current location. You guys were just at the school. That serves very good... It's okay. That serves very good Skorokian food. I imagine it is a lot of pot stickers and because they're always on the fucking move. A lot of pork buns, pot stickers, a lot of
dim sum
dim sum. Something that you can steam on the go, especially because a lot of the Dragonborn are the fire-based ones. But yeah, dim sum would probably be the perfect description of it. And they have wonderful green tea.
Awesome.
So you guys do that little mini date for this day before you have to go hunting for a giant creature in a forest and go through old one temple trippage. Tilda, you go to the Temple of Arathis. You make a small donation. Please mark whatever donation you are going to make off your sheet.
I need to probably bet 100 gold.
Okay. And are you kind of like sitting at the praying at the one of the statues or the altar of Arathis? Or are you in one of the pews?
I would probably go to one of the pews.
Okay. So you want to try to find any visions or information about Lanx or Incalta.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me a religion check, please. Let's see what you get.
Okie dokie. Religion. That's me in the corner.
Okay.
That's me in the spot. Light.
Hold on. Ketchup wants lap.
Losing my religion.
All right. Sorry. Yes. I'm just Ketchup. Just lie down.
Don't tell me what to do, Mom. I'll lie down when I want to lie down.
Right, there we go. Okay. All right. So for legs, you get an image. So you get an image of a it looks like you're in a forest with your comrades,
Okay.
and it looks like you're talking to another group of people. You're not sure about the context. But it looks like when you're talking, you're this is a third person view of the scene. Like you see you talking to these people and your friends talking to these people. And then it's as if you are watching a movie on a TV screen, like one of those old TV screens. And the image shatters, like somebody shattered a picture frame or a mirror, like with the scene playing out on it. The other thing you see is there's an image of a woman. Who clearly
A woman?
a woman.
Or okay.
A woman.
Wasn't sure if you said woman or weapon. I was like,
woman.
woman.
And she is, she's sparring with somebody. She is a human, with long black hair. You've never seen this person before. You don't recognize her. And she looks like she's sparring with somebody, and she clearly, during her sparring session with this other person, looks like she's a wielder. She wields dual short swords. It appears that her tattoos are clearly magical. She definitely touches them during the fight, and they enhance her abilities with striking and with hitting and striking. after the sparring session, she goes into a very beautiful building made out of white marble. The ends of the towers looks like similar to what the Taj Mahal tops look like. And she climbs some stairs, and it looks like she was you listen to the conversation. It sounds like she was summoned by somebody called an elder of some sort. And you're listening to the conversation, and she begins giving what sounds like a report, detailing she had spent a number of years on the outside lands, and she has made observations. She describes, fighting off bandits. She describes infighting with tribes. She describes just living in this land and observing what she's seen. And the elder kind of just like looks, listens, nods at some parts, and says, I see. Well, if I had to make a decision without the rest of the collective, I think now would not be the time. And with that, you see the you see the woman nod, and the elder like nods and says, thank you, Guardian Shelby. That will be all. And she nods, and she, leaves the office. And those are the two images you get. Continuing on.
Okay. I'll put another 100 gold into the box.
Okay.
The donation box.
Yep. Okay. Shopping.
On my way out.
Awesome. Wand of flowers. Okay. Hold on. Wand of flowers. A wand of flowers would probably cost you around 100 gold.
Yeah, I'll get that for Cosmo.
Okay. Cosma is a little perplexed by this wand until you show her what it does, and she is ecstatic. Let's see. There is a magic shop you go into. Oh, there's a couple. And if you want, I can list the most expensive item they have, just to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. The most expensive item they currently have in this facility is there is a I'm Just looking here. They have. I gotta look at this. I'm not going to have another bean motherfucking debacle on my hands.
But don't you want
No,
another
no,
pyramid
no.
just showing up in the middle of some random place?
They have they have a figurine of Wondrous Power here. It's the Obsidian Steed, and that will cost a lot of money. Over 100K.
That's very specific. Oh, damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's 100,000 gold pieces?
Yeah, it's 100,000 gold pieces.
No, I said what?
Oh,
What?
the
Sorry.
Obsidian Steed. It's one of the figurines of Wondrous figurines.
Jesus fucking Christ!
It suffers a nightmare.
Oh. That's...
It's a nightmare that could be resummoned after 5 days.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be expensive.
That was more being sarcastic, because, like, the gate spell is way cheaper.
Yeah. But the gate spell can only be used once.
True.
If you're looking for, like, potions, they have a potion of supreme healing available. They also have a few potions of greater healing. And they have let's see. Huh. And they have a potion of resistance necrotic.
Ooh, we should grab that.
If you want that, that's 300.
Nearly
Yeah. Let's grab one of those.
Okay. So yeah.
Do we want to group funds that?
I was about to ask. Are you asking for group funds?
I feel like this could be a group funds thing, just because it's probably just gonna get passed around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a specific person for it.
I agree. How much is it?
300.
300.
300 gold?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have that. You get 30 platinum.
Let's see. If Aoife, you're looking for anything,
Not looking for anything in particular. As we've discussed in the past, there really aren't a wealth of magic items for monks. So, just, anything with good vibes.
Okay.
I was going to look for Bringer Iron Stone for Rain, a spell storing. That being able to store a spell is always a good thing for someone who can't cast
Can't
spells.
cast them, yeah.
Yeah.
The shopkeep here, very, it's an older woman, keeps her hair in a bun, has these really thick, these really thin spectacles, says to you, Aoife, that she might have something, that you could use if you're interested in.
It depends on what it is. I am trained in the whip, if it is a whip.
It is not a whip. However, um sure. Okay. Sh- um. She takes out a what looks like to be this braided green silk belt, and she puts it on the table. And she basically says, in now I'm talking in game terms. This is a belt of Emerald Mastery. When you are at 0 key points remaining, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d4 key points. You can't use this. You can only use this ability once per day, and you regain this ability on the next dawn. It's kind of useful if you're in a pickle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time I actually got down to no no key points left. Because I don't usually get that low.
You could be less conserving of them if you had the regen, but
Yeah.
I'm not particularly conservative.
oh,
though.
well,
our combats don't last that very long.
it's true. We don't generally
So-
have long, drawn-out combat.
Except that one time.
I mean, a couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It kind of just depends. You know. That's kind of how it goes for higher level. It either lasts a long time or like it's fucking over. So.
This is kind of like on the right track of what I might be interested in. I don't know if I need the key point regeneration. Does it do anything to my key saves, or does it just let me regenerate key points?
It just lets you regenerates key points. However, she does have one more thing.
All right.
She takes out these 2 silver bracelets with dragon decorations on them.
Sick.
And they are connected by like these 5 fine chains. So they're meant to be worn on the same arm. In game terms, while you use them, you can use your deflect missiles feature against a ranged spell attack, as if it were a ranged weapon attack. The armlets can be used in this way once and can't be used again for 10 minutes.
That is sick.
That's really good. That's really good.
Um,
Bruh, if you could catch a fireball and fling it back, oh my god.
I'm assuming this is only single target.
It is a ranged spell attack, though.
It has to be a ranged spell attack.
Yeah,
can't
as
be a
fireball isn't a
save.
spell attack, it's a save.
But like some
Oh, yeah, that's right.
eldritch blasts and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's so cool.
All right. I can let this go for about 4,500.
Well, I've got 500 to my name.
Yeah, we'll all pitch in for this though. You're good.
That's so cool.
All right. Let me. I need to find. I have I have the handout.
I got it.
Yeah. I'll just.
I will supply the other 2,000.
Just have
I
to find a
believe.
cool picture.
I only have 500,
Right.
and
And
it's
it's
4,500.
4,500.
45, yeah.
I misheard.
Man, if Aunt Zaitari was there, she would help, but, you know.
She's having dinner. She's having lunch right now at a very cute
Yeah.
bistro.
I assume you guys just come. I'm like, I'm going to the Temple of Arathis, and you guys like find something you want, and then run to the temple. Tilda.
Tilda, please
we
open
have
the
some-
Well,
guns, please.
honestly,
Yeah.
I was figuring that we would just buy the potion and then later, like, reimburse from group funds. I wasn't gonna run to the temple and get you. Not an asshole. I mean, I'm an asshole, but not
Hmm.
that much of an asshole.
Okay, I got the other 4.
Okay, it's not exactly what the description is, but it's a bunch of it's a dragon armlet. It's fine.
Where is it?
I gotta link it to you. I'm just getting
Okay, gotcha.
a decent picture. There we go. There's a decent picture. It's not what the description is, but it's close enough. There we go. Save changes. Now, okay, now you should be able to see it.
Oh man, imagine if that could throw a fireball back.
That would be pretty sick, but there's a reason why it's single. That reason is ranged
Yeah.
spell attack.
Yeah, and
I
it's
understand.
still,
It's just like,
and it still runs like my deflect missile, so I'd have to deflect it to 0
yeah.
damage first, and then be able to throw it back. But still, if I can catch a firebolt and then throw it right back at the wizard, that'd be great.
Yeah. So yeah, the dragon armlets is what you're looking at.
So Mel is actually going to ask for a specific item
Okay.
to see if they have it,
Mm-hmm.
because she saw this in action, and after spending an hour in a timeout box, she would like some. She would like to know if they have a Cape of the Mountebank.
It's not. That doesn't. It still won't work. You can't teleport out of it.
Somebody else teleported out.
You have to make like a charisma
Yeah,
saving
you have
throw
to
or
make the
something.
charisma saving throw.
Yeah, but you at least have a chance if you can teleport around. And there might be other things. While Mel has a reasonable amount of mobility, having an escape would be handy. So she's just gonna see if they have one.
Yeah, unfortunately, she doesn't have one.
That's fine.
Yeah, she mostly she will tell you right off the bat. She specializes in consumables, a couple specific like. Sometimes she gets like really cool like unknown items from far off land. So like most of the like the general stuff she doesn't carry.
Does she have any consumables similar to like the Javelin of Lightning that are like one use and done weapons?
Let's see.
I mean, I've had a Javelin of Lightning for a long ass time, never used it, but you know,
Right.
it's like potions in a video game, guys. It's I'll still have it at the end. Just in case.
Yeah, there's nothing really like that. I can't
Okay,
remember
that's fine.
too many like that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Honestly, Mel was mostly just interested in anything that gave her any sort of mobility magically. So if that's not an option, then she'll politely peruse and then just kind of be like, all right, I'm good, I'm done.
Okay. And you were looking for an Ioun stone, Raine?
Yeah. Well, you know, ring of spell storing. I'll take it if it, yeah, that.
A ring of spell storing. Okay.
Something in the store. I'll take you there. You know, whatever you got.
Where the fuck is it? Ring. Whew.
bit expensive.
It's pretty expensive, she's gonna say, because these are in pretty high demand. She's got one, but she's not gonna let it go for less than 20K.
What if I don't have that much money, but step into my shop now. Could give up the cloak of displacement for it. Possibly. Do we have another one? Does someone else have another one? Or is it
I had one. I'm not wearing it right now. Somebody else has it. I honestly don't know who.
It might be in the vault.
Oh, you know what? I think I gave it to Theo to wear at one point. Because at one point we were bringing Theo in on an adventure, and we gave him some extra items. So I bet he has
he needed stuff. He probably does have it.
It's like, I know a cloak of displacement's worth a pretty good amount.
It is.
I just don't know if I want to give that up.
We have another one, so I mean, and I don't know if Theo is even still using it.
He probably would have given back all the stuff after he was, done adventuring with you guys, but it does sound like he might be adventuring with you guys yet again.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he was just still kind of using it because we figured that, while Trixie was young, that you guys would probably be splitting up your adventures a little bit. So.
Yep.
I don't think we're like, okay, you've had it for the 3-day rental period, get it back. It's not.
Rent to own, displace your cloak.
How much do I think a cloak of displacement is worth?
Cloak of displacement. Let's see. The list price would generally be.
And this is a well-used cloak of displacement.
It is a well-used cloak of displacement.
It doesn't mean anything. Its magic is still just as good.
Honestly, she tells you, I would buy it from you for 30K.
Oh.
Because I know I can, because, and you know this, Ray, she could probably flip it for higher.
Mm-hmm. And so that would mean
you would get the Ring of Spell Storing plus 10K.
It also means the DM just really wants to hit you.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking a haste spell in there, so it's kind of like, but. Yeah. Things, if we have to fight something real bad, I can probably find another cloak of displacement. We don't need the hour that much.
I mean, Theo's got a really high AC, so if we had to choose between one of you having it, it would make more sense for you to use it in a situation where, danger might occur.
Oh man, this is painful. This thought is painful. And I have 5 attunement slots.
Yeah, 5? God damn.
Just greedy at that point.
Yeah. It really is. How
much money do you need?
Oh, I would need quite a bit, probably. Although there might be some other items I have that could be sold. I only have 6K. That's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Mel would be willing to put in on this. She's got 4.5K right now.
Yeah, I would not get rid of that displacement cloak. I do, however, have an amulet. I'm imagining that it's just kind of like a listen, we need to think about this kind of thing, and we'll get together, because I have an amulet of non-detection. I don't know how much that would go for.
The amulet of non-detection, she would be willing to purchase that for 10K. Again, these are items that are in high demand right now.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Always can
And
sell
what
those.
about an alchemy jug?
3K.
I
I
can
also have
sell those
some-
items and give you 13K.
I mean, I would do it. Yeah, I'll take charity. I just have a few things. I don't know. Maybe I could at least lessen the burden to the rest of the team that's chipping in. I have 3 stocks from Beholders. I'm probably never gonna fucking use. Um,
How much would a Javelin of Lightning sell for? Is it even worth it to sell it?
The Javelin of Lightning, she would take that for, let's see where it is. Yeah, it's only 750 she'd take it for.
I mean, I'd be willing to toss that into the pile because I haven't used it in a long time.
Plus, you are lightning literally right now.
Oh,
so-
wait, this isn't a Javelin of Lightning. This is a weird one. Hold on. Let me read what it is. It's
What did I give you?
it's this. I thought it was a Javelin of Lightning, but it's not. It's a thing that would do extra damage to fiends, specifically fiends.
Oh, okay.
It's an arrow of fiend slaying? I think I remember when we got that.
Yeah, but
We've
it's
had
a
that for a
javelin
long time.
instead.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
How much would that be worth? I just forgot what it was called.
I mean, it's gonna be similar to like an arrow of brute slaying. So, she would probably get that for, and it's fiends. So actually, fiends are a little more. I don't want to say common, but
What
Liked.
adventurers are looking for.
yeah. She would take that one for 600.
Okay, that's fine. I'll sell it and toss 600 towards the Ring of Spell Storing.
Okay.
And even if Ray doesn't automatically unattune from the Cloak of Displacement, we could still have Aoife use it.
Oh, absolutely.
We could definitely pass it back and forth.
The eye stalks, she is like, she gets out a big book of what is useful from fucking monsters.
Holders.
Beholders. Because she does do a little potion crafting on the side. Plus, she does, like, she can talk to somebody about taking these as well. Because you're probably like, give us like a few hours so
Yeah.
we can go like gather our resources. Because she's like, this probably isn't gonna go away anytime soon. So you probably got some time to come up with the money if you really need
Could
it.
we like lay away it? We're like,
Like, here's 500 gold, give us the day.
She's more like, I'll hold it for you. Like, I'll put it under the counter. Come back
This is
to
a big
me.
fucking thing.
Yeah, come back to me later. God, what was I looking for?
Stocks. An inebriation, a petrification, a paralyzed Ray stock. Got some. Actually, I don't
There
have
it
any
is.
on me.
Yeah, I think we were told that those would be good for, like, spellcasting things, but,
Yeah.
you know, just never.
Let me take a look. Beholder. Beholder.
Beholder bits.
Okay, beholder bits. Stocks. How many do you have?
3.
3. And you have stocks, not eyes.
I assumed
says
that the eyeballs
It
were
would-
on the
I would
stalks.
imagine that the eyes are on the stalk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the eyes are on the. Okay. Um.
Because I can use them to cast the various rays.
It would like you see you hear her mumble to herself. It was he's so good if you have the 4th, but I can try to outsource a 4th. I will take all 3 of those for 1,000.
Okay. Alright, so we got 1,000 for the stocks. Melanie was throwing in how much?
600 for the javelin of slaying fiends.
Okay. And how much cash?
However much cash we need. I've got 4.5k.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say I have 6k because it's like 6k and some change.
Between my items, I've given you enough, so I'm sorry, I'm not giving you any more money.
No, I wasn't.
I only have 30 gold to contribute and borrowed magical items.
Plus 1,000 plus.
How much more do you
Yep.
need?
We're at 7,600 just in like cash and random shit before we even add Zaitari stuff.
I
and
have.
it was-
I have an.
13k was with my stuff, so.
I have
that's
an
20.
item that I could get
Right.
rid of, but Raine gave it to me, so I feel bad getting rid of it. I don't
Why
use
not,
it right
babe?
now.
Is it the bow?
It's the bow. I don't have an
Oh, that's-
attunement
I'm okay
slot
with that.
for it. But I feel like Melanie would want to keep a hold of it just for like sentimental reasons. So
That's so sweet,
I-
honey.
I mean, you are wearing the mithril armor. That was also a gift, so you know it could be that. But
It was 13k for Zaitari's items.
yeah, it was the amulet of non-detection in the alchemy check.
So here's the thing. In the group funds, you can either get this ring, or you can get the gate spell. We do not have enough for both.
I think that
Oh,
we
I
decided
figured that the
not to
gate
get the gate
spell we
spell.
weren't even gonna get.
Yeah, because we were getting hosed on it.
It's too expensive. And we can get Earthquake for cheaper.
How much do we have at the group funds? Just out of curiosity, not necessarily spend on this ring.
We have about 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take some.
Yeah, if like the gate spell was required for us to do something, I would say then yes, this would be a worthwhile spend, but we just need to like seal the cave and
Yeah.
like we could break down some earth pretty decently. I mean it's not gonna be permanent, but we could figure that out.
Yeah, we can make it work.
Okay, so yeah, that would bring us to 20,600, which would maybe we can get some potions and stuff. 'Cause we're gonna need potions and shit. We're gonna pay what, $300 for the? No, we already paid that out.
We already
but-
paid for that.
Yeah. Let's look for some potions that can go with this, just to make it easy. We don't have to go, oh, we get 10% back of 600, you know? The potions we usually like to use, heroism, oil of slipperiness.
Growth.
Um,
Growth.
It's good stuff, man. It works. And haste,
Mm-hmm.
any of those we can throw in for the 600, discount. Like,
Let's
just to make the math
see.
easy.
Not interested in any healing potions?
If I die, I die.
Okay.
Really?
Got a decent number of healing potions right now. I don't know about everybody else.
If I die, I get to
I
roll up that
don't.
high level paladin without going through the bullshit. So
Let's see. I told you about the resistance. I do have a potion of heroism. I usually sell those for 180 because yeah, I sell those for 180.
Okay.
Expensive potions. I mean, you don't need a potion of longevity, do you?
I mean, won't say no. How much?
Well, I sell them for 9,000.
Oh, fuck.
We'll come back later.
That's the thing that takes years off of your life, right? Like,
Yeah.
If you
Yeah, you-
repeatedly
You
use it.
de-age.
yeah.
Unless you
Zaitari
use it too many
might look
times,
into
and then you
this.
get old.
Yeah.
I thought it was if you use it too, like after a certain point, it just stops working.
I think so too. Yeah.
I thought it had a failure rate of eventually it just like adds all your years onto
if
you or
it
something.
fails, it makes
Yeah.
you older.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I
I
have
think we once had one.
I think so too. I did give you guys one at one point.
Probably sold it then.
Yeah, you guys probably.
That was
did.
actually I think I remember this. That was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, it was a very long time ago. I do have an oil. I have 2 oils of slipperinesses. I sell them at 480 each.
I'd like to try to get both and the heroism. Try to convince her for a trade.
Okay, before you do anything, I have 2 oil of slipperinesses and 1 potion of heroism that I'm
They're
never going to
always,
use.
those things are great. It's 8 hours of fuck you paralyze, or an hour of fuck you paralyze.
So you just want more of them?
Yep.
Okay.
Call us the Greasy Team.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, yeah, I used mine last time, so I do need one.
Okay, so 480 with the ring. So 2 of those and the so 0, 4, 2, 11, 21. Sorry. You know what? If you bought, so she says, if you trade in those items and you add the money and you're already getting the Ring of Spell Storing, I will throw in those 3 potions for free.
Damn.
All right.
All right. So trade.
How much money am I throwing into this? Or am I just giving the items? I don't remember what I gave.
Just the items. And yeah, 1K.
1K?
Yeah. Yeah, because Mallory's items are 13.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Then I had
will
6.
mark off my javelin and 1K. Boop.
So I scroll forever trying to find where it is that I can delete things.
Fun thing to do with that would be on Aoife is put a fireball in there, and then Aoife could just nuke and not to give a fuck with evasion.
Ooh. That's actually pretty cool.
I mean, Rain could do it too, so either of them.
Also, I mean, you guys,
We could
depending
put some
on
counter spells in that.
Yeah, counter
just
spells,
saying.
all kinds of fun stuff.
also anything that requires concentration. You guys have a concentration slot just sitting there.
Yeah. Anything up to level 5, basically, we can fuck around with. So I'll put Ring of Spell Storing and then add. Okay.
Does it have any spells in it yet?
No, no spells.
Okay.
No spells.
No spells for you.
And a potion at 1 person.
I feel like you needed to put like one random ass terrible spell in it. Just like has one cast of ceremony.
Yeah, it's got Nathar's Mischief.
Oh, that would be funny. Guess what, Melanie? We got married already. Elvis just appears now.
Zaitari will happily put a counter spell into it if you want it. So.
Yeah, let's put it in for now, you know? I mean, we'll figure it out later.
Now,
I could give you ability to. I know you have that with your ring, though, so.
So if Zaitari casts counterspell into the ring,
Oh, that's an interesting
and then Raine casts counterspell from the ring, and it's a higher spell level, who's rolling what? To
It would be Raine.
Okay. And it would use her
Caster.
charisma? Since that's your spellcasting stat?
That's
I
an
don't know.
interesting question. Let's see, what does the internet say?
Yeah.
I know if you were a spellcaster, it would use your, like, whatever your spellcasting stat is.
It'd be intelligence and not great. My save DC is 14, so just a +1.
It says it uses the save DC, spell attack bonus, and spellcasting ability of the original caster, but otherwise treated as if you cast a spell. So it would use the spellcasting ability that you used. It would use charisma, but it would use Raine's charisma as any sort of check.
Yeah. That's
not bad.
kind
That's
of what I
close
was
enough.
assuming. But I couldn't remember. It doesn't usually come up.
Yeah. But we'll make it come up somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody doing anything else?
At some point, and we don't have to RP this, we're gonna find something cool to take Shattuck to. Is there like a petting zoo in Vox?
Right.
There can be a petting zoo in Vox.
I would like to take her to the petting zoo and explain very carefully that all the animals that are here are required to stay here, and I will be checking her pockets.
Okay. She is ecstatic and proceeds to pet everything under the sun.
Are there baby goats?
There are baby goats.
Do all the baby goats stay there?
Yes. There are even baby goats in pajamas.
Oh. Mel is also going to pet all the animals. She's so excited.
The owner of the petting zoo also mentions that on Saturdays they have yoga with goats.
Very cute.
Yes. If you are interested in that kind of thing.
Not from this area, but I think that sounds adorable.
Oh. That's unfortunate. Apparently all the it's becoming a big hit with like some of the nobility. Don't know if it'll catch on into Leona, but we'll see.
I've heard that the influencer of Asturgrum is really into the baby goat yoga. So I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It was Dwarven. So
Yeah, I too have heard of that.
yeah.
The influencer
Yes.
Yeah.
of where?
Like a necromancer, but an influencer. Yeah. Of Instagram.
Okay. But yeah, the all the goats have been successfully petted.
I will make sure that we leave all the goats behind, but that we have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. But yeah, I think we can cut it for tonight. With the notion that y'all will probably be, I'll come up with some old magic stuff for your 3-week period. And then, probably you'll be headed to monster hunting next session.
yeah. Are we playing next week?
So, looks like Theo needs to level up. Then.
Yeah. I'll do that with Theo.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do it, that's fine. I can do it. I'll just pick.
I don't know what stuff he gets with his subclass. So
Eldritch Knight. Yeah. I can do it. I just have to roll hit die and like see what ability he'll get next.
sure.
Yeah. I'll pick like a practical. Like if he gets a feat, I'll get a practical feat. Like I'm not.
Do you have like an NPC you want me to run or something?
He already has Lucky.
No.
Double lucky.
Is Aoife not going to come herself?
Aoife was not invited at any point.
We would definitely have invited you. It was just us as players not remembering that you're not always in the room.
That's I was rolling with it. I was like, okay, yeah, Aoife doesn't have to go to this. Like she's not really one for wedding stuff, anyways.
I just assumed
I can
that
always
we would invite Aoife.
I can always do an NPC, or Aoife can go. Like either way, but as long as Cosma's with us, she may not want to go. She may be like, hey, shithead 11-year-old, don't turn out like me. Here's your cautionary tale.
Now go play with the demigod child in the yard.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, what now? Oh no, yeah, we already knew that. We're good.
But because Cosma's been as sheltered as Aoife has been, she's real hesitant to just leave her. So
yeah, that's pretty fair.
She'll probably stay with that. So if there's an NPC, if there's not an NPC, I can make a random person just to give me a sheet and a level.
She could also hang out with like Shattuck and pastries and like, I mean,
Shattuck is the reason why I don't want her to be.
Oh, Shattuck's not a bad influence. She's adorable.
She's a culture shock.
I mean, yeah, but come on. She's adorable.
Plus, there's like a whole like socialization thing of like, hey, this is what the world's like outside of the monastery.
Oh, that's true.
These are real people rules, not monastery rules. So even
to hop off, so
staying
have
up.
a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Mallory.
Right.